crocodile, Adrian Thomas.
What's going on, everybody? It's AquaLeaderJesse, Adrian Thomas, rocks with the block. Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Symphony Undeniable. Last time, the Chicano Kid Alejandro won a Symphony Scramble match thrown together at the last second. I got Tim Bosby versus Adrian Thomas. I expect this one to be pretty darn solid. Second to none. Everybody knows.
Saw Tim Bosby and Dylan Hales. They came up short against the inaugural Pro Wrestling Symphony champion, Colby Carter. Bosby was on the losing end of the opening match, sweet victory against Colby Carter. Decided to take out his frustrations on Adrian Thomas backstage. That's what led to this match here this afternoon, but you got to think that Dylan Hales might actually decide to stay out here this time. Last time he got a bit ahead of himself and started prepping the celebration, and his client didn't even make it into the main event. I would say, a little poetic justice, a little egg on his face, but I don't know if Dylan Hales is capable of feeling any amount of shame.
I'm not really sure. I'm 3 for 3 on prediction so far. I'm curious who's going to win this one.
Of course he's got time. Yeah.
I'm going to go with maybe... Well... Let's wait till we get Adrian out here and I'll see.
Symphony faithful are.
Agenda item number 2. Adrian Thomas. Ain't he like an MMA guy? Doesn't he do like taekwondo or karate or
It is the...
choked out Colby Carter. So, Adrian Thomas, I'm not taking anything away. He's skilled. He's really good. At MMA. This ain't MMA. This is pro wrestling, and he's about to be dispatched. I tell you what. Where's the music guy? Who's doing music? Go ahead, play his music right now. I got places to be, and this ain't one of them.
I think if Dylan Hales had places to be, he would maybe lighten up on the jaw jacket. But either way, here comes the crocodile. point, East Side Bowl once again just became Croc Country.
It's Croc Country here in East Nashville. Adrian Thomas is all fired up.
Guess I'm gonna go. I don't know, because these are both like very Symphony faithful people. They're both in Symphony a lot.
Led to this matchup here, and we like to talk very highly about Adrian Thomas's skills, and I'll give Dylan Hales credit here. He did our job for
I'll
us.
go with.
Adrian Thomas.
I feel like they believe Tim Bosby to be a main eventer too, though.
In the squared circle and the octagon.
And if you heard his comments in the weeks leading up to the show, he said he's almost glad that Bosby
Say what?
attacked him because it gives him somebody to direct all his anger to. He came up short against Shane Mercer in the semifinals of the championship tournament. Now he's got to put all that anger.
I'll go Adrian, I guess.
Bosby gave him that.
I'm not feeling super confident in it. I'm really split on this one. It could go either way.
It's still going to be an uphill climb.
I'm expecting it to be a really solid match, though.
An incredible opponent and just a wall of an athlete here. Action fast and furious now as Adrian Thomas laying in those strikes.
It's going to be a classic clash of styles. We're in MMA versus amateur style wrestling.
Styles make fights, and we got a good one right here. Now that Bosby locking in that gut wrench and cover.
He goes right to a knee bar.
Staying right on top of him, showing that grappling style that's won him all sorts of victories and accolades. Adrian Thomas utilizing the referee's 5 count there to its fullest advantage. Well, Tim Bosby.
With a cheap shot to get some immediate distance.
Worry about that leg there. The uppercuts.
You know, I hate to give Dylan Hales any credit, but he almost sold his client short with this one. You look at everything Tim Bosby has accomplished in his young career. He's the reigning Memphis Heritage Champion. Was Action World Champion for over a year. If you follow Action, you know he's actively chasing the TWE Championship.
This man,
Taking on legends like the likes of Nick Nemeth and Kalisto.
this man chases victories everywhere and has greatness written all over him. It's a shame that he's got someone like Dylan Hales poisoning his mind at this early age, but then you got moments like that.
Hales playing his part perfectly right there.
Didn't make any contact. This match is still ongoing, but Tim Bosby now in control. You gotta wonder how much of those title belts and other
Oof.
achievements,
Oh,
how much of those other achievements would Bosby have if it weren't for Dylan Hales? But now, right now, is I might have to check his nose or something there. Adrian Thomas.
gets sideswiped
go,
and then
Croc.
becomes a
Let's
perfect
go,
spot
Croc.
for some product placement.
You gotta clap vertically
Heard that one.
when you're clapping for Adrian.
East Nashville becomes Croc Country every time Adrian Thomas steps in the ring, and now at a certain point,
An assist from the fans. Oh,
get that guy to sign a waiver or something.
Yeah.
Adrian Thomas with all the swagger, throwing Bosby back in the ring here. Hey, what's Dylan doing? Got a hold of the foot there. Saying his shoe was untied. I don't think that was true, Dylan.
set Adrian up for a wrecking ball shot.
Nice
That
toss.
gets tossed across the ring.
Bosby with an impressive amateur background, but also an incredibly strong athlete. Deceptively large is Tim Bosby. Now, big
Delay body slam.
and telling referee Kevin Young to count and to cover here. Adrian Thomas up right away there. Tim Bosby upset at the count, but he's got the skills to do it himself. That's a big uppercut. Now Bosby slowing things down here. Adrian Thomas has a gifted striker and high flyer here for Wrestling Symphony. As much bravado as great strategy for Bosby to slow things down, keep Adrian Thomas grounded to avoid those huge strikes.
Now locking in that bear hug. He's got Adrian off his feet. He's got no vertical base here. No leverage.
Squeezing the life out of him. Adrian trying to get those hard elbow shots into the cranium.
12 to 6 elbows.
Over time, it's gonna do its job, and now pushed off the ropes.
Oh.
Over sunset flip attempt here.
Not enough.
Bosby.
Oh, sick.
Back to the knee bar.
Sick transition there.
Thomas has found his target, and he's locked it in.
Oh, look at Hales.
Dylan Hales trying to push the ropes closer to Bosby, and he gets it.
How wonderfully convenient.
Adrian Thomas having to break the hold there from the rope break, but give the major assist to Dylan Hales on the outside. That match could have been all over there. Now Bosby suckered him in. Now the straps are coming down. Tim Bosby, trying to get to the next stage here. Dylan Hales barking orders out here. Sometimes it's hard to think when Hales' voice is just echoing throughout the East Side Bowl.
It certainly doesn't help, but Bosby is the universal sign for taking things to the next gear when you drop the straps.
Mm-hmm.
You might have thought this was going to be some easy pickings for him in the early stages, but yeah, Bosby means business now. Currently trying to take all the air out of the lungs of Adrian Thomas. We saw this earlier, another huge body slam. He's going to call it a shot here for a 3 count. Oh, just a massive body slam from Tim Bosby.
And in Bosby's mind, you got to imagine a win here puts you right back in that championship conversation in a rematch with Colby. And say whatever you will about the circumstances of how, and Lord knows we have, but he did knock the code out. The code was out on the mat.
That is true.
Not untrue, despite the rules be damned, I suppose. But there's a big uppercut as Bosby finding some distance. And yeah, you're absolutely right, Connor. Colby Carter's definitely living rent-free in the heads of both Bosby and Hales. But now, Adrian Thomas finding an open and getting big kicks in the midsection. Using that striking game, and now Crocodile's feeling
Nice.
right to the temple.
Decapitated him.
Get a second win here, no cover. Oh, another close call there.
That half second he took to regain his composure, I think, cost him.
That's certainly feeling the effects of the punishment that Bosby's been inflicting upon him here throughout this match.
Uh-oh.
Now Bosby catching Adrian up on the top. Looks like Adrian might be going for that frog splash. Bosby up there ready for him. A headbutt takes him down, but second to none, still on his feet. With a croc. Huge flying kick, but trying to get a little bit of momentum going here.
Croc.
From the Pro Wrestling Symphony faithful.
Big exploder.
Uh-oh.
Tim had it scouted.
Ouch.
Right into a backbreaker.
And a German suplex.
Suplex for good measure, and Tim Bosby picking the bones. Cover. Oh! Adrian Thomas.
You heard the desperation in Bosby's voice when he shouted count. He's like, Christ, this has to be it. And now Hales, of course.
Yeah, you saw Bosby sending him the signals, and now
We've seen this in many a company.
he's got the loaded backpack. Still don't know what's in that thing, but whatever it is, it does the damage. And Dylan Hales arguing with a referee on
Yep.
the outside.
Duck.
Ducked it.
Perfect.
Duck it in it. Kick to the side of the head.
Bang!
Haha.
The loaded backpack right to Tim Bosby. And now, oh, do it, Adrian. Do it.
Oh, thank you, God.
Dylan Hales tumbles to the outside thanks to the crocodile.
I hit it with the finishing touch.
Set to fly.
Frog splash.
Frog splash.
Or croc splash, I suppose. All right.
Got it.
4 for 4. No predictions, baby.
incredible victory for Adrian Thomas. Here, Pro Wrestling Symphony, undeniable. Dylan Hales and Tim Bosby are going to have to hit the showers and think long and hard about this one. Whether it was the code being stuck in the craw of Dylan Hales, or whether it was
A solid match too, just as expected.
his incredible endurance and athleticism. It just wasn't their night. Meanwhile, the night belongs to the crocodile, Adrian Thomas.
See the carcass over there? Just love seeing his feet sticking out back there. Nice.
Dylan Hales is still not recovered from this.
That's what you get when you let the croc win.
Finding it hard to find too much sympathy for the guy, but show must,
I don't think Hales knows where he is.
show must go on here, guys.
God only knows the next time we'll see Dylan Hales and Tim Bosby. But I'm sure when we do, we'll get an earful about it.
I'm assuming it'd be next month. Whatever the next show's called, I don't remember. All right. So solid match there. That's probably my favorite match of the night so far. And 4 for 4 on predictions. Just as a reminder, I do live stream gameplay over at my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/AquaLeaderJesse. If you're interested, feel free to follow me over there if you want to interact with me live as I play games for the YouTube channel, because it always gets uploaded there afterwards. Thank you for watching. Catch you guys in the next one as we make our way through Undeniable, and goodbye.